Hey, folks, Quill18 here, and welcome to another bonus stream for Millennia. I'm streaming this game apparently every day this week, as it turns out, and I'm having a hoot with it. We are in the maybe just past the midpoint of the game, I would say. At this point, maybe a little bit more, I think, since we're not doing any military stuff anymore, really, at this stage of the game, because we've conquered our home continent. Presumably, things are going to go speedier and speedier. I mean, there are more options in the later game of a 4X title, although with the fact that the vassal system is here, there might be a little less micro than normally, which is kind of appealing, because the late game in a lot of 4X things tends to be lots of micro, lots of delays and things like that. So looking forward to what we can do. You know, assuming we don't lose Megara over here. I was doing a scoot and a boot at the start of the stream and noticed these guys camped out here. I think we should be fine. Megara has 3 militia, a city militia level 5. There's no, as far as I can tell, there's nowhere in the game that lists it, but based on the wiki, I think we've got plenty of strength and it's going to be okay. If need be, we could do a bribe on there, but I think it's fine, and in a turn we're going to reinforce, so I think we're okay. Let's quickly check the subs and resubs. So I know we got some little milestones in there. First of all, Kubafuna, KB Funa, maybe? Thank you very much for the brand new sub. Remembering that Twitch Prime button that exists. They've made it slightly more annoying. I just did the Twitch Prime resub on a Kiss for Luck sub stream yesterday. And you gotta click the sub button, then go to a separate sort of tab in that pop-up that comes up before you see it. What an annoying little thing. They're hiding that Twitch Prime button. So rude. We got resubs from Two Fang for their 81st months. That's 9 Twitch babies all in a row. Green Elite is at 17 months. Despesh is another 17-monther. We got a couple of prime numbers over there. Green Elite says, watch Millennia while I play Millennia. That's the best way to do things. Grumpy Oldie is resubbed for that glorious number of 42 months and says, beware the sea people. Destroyers of early civilization, but it's just the letter C. I thought it was going to be a coding joke, but then people went off on different letters, and we had a whole alphabet thing going on. Salvius is resubbed for their 96th month. That is indeed an 8-year Twitch anniversary from Salvius. Bucky Lastard's at 65 months, who says, hola, Quill, have a great day. Thank you very much, Bucky. Private Paula is at 106 months. Hey, Paula. Paula says, 106 is a centered pentagonal number, just so you know. I mean, I know what those words mean. Ancient Culture's at 53 months. Box Head is at 13, the baker's dozen. Death's Visage at 94 months, who says, 94 months, haven't been able to catch the streams as much, sadly. Love you and keep it up. Thank you very much, Death's Visage. Happy you could be here today. And Viper is at 26 months. We've got, some gift subs from Warwolf. 5 gift subs just dropped. If you just got the gift sub, remember, you can use that to join the subscriber Discord. And also, shoot it to For Evil Not Good for the 118 Bitteroonies. Much appreciated. All right, so, little recap for those of you who may have missed some of the streams along the way. We are playing, we randomed our start. We're playing as America. This is the city we started with, New York over here. We started at the south end of this continent. We took advantage of the incredibly OP Raiders national idea to basically, well, not basically, to completely conquer our entire continent. Our entire continent is now owned by us. We've got a few blank space that we'd like to fill in with some settlers, partially to keep barbarians under control, like, hey, there's a barbarian encampment over there. Did I know about that one? I don't seem to have anyone moving that direction, so it makes me think that mayhaps I didn't know. The Stitches, thanks for the bits! I hadn't heard that sound in some time, so that scared me. What the hell's going on? Thank you very much to Stitches. Oh, really appreciated. Seems like you ran out of Destiny to Manifest. I mean, we call them barbarians, but I guess there's still a little bit of colonization going on over here. A centered pentagonal number is a centered figurate number that represents a pentagon with a dot in the center and all of the dots surrounding the center in successive pentagonal layers. Again, I know those words. Hey, Noisy Badger with the gift subs as well. Thank you very much. We got quite the hype train going on. Oh, baby. Thank you. Thank you so much. Join the Discord with your gift. The first hit is free with your gift sub. Yeah, so let's just start. Oh, right, I was doing the recap. We took over our continent. We basically don't have to fight. We could go and build a bunch of ships and go sailing overseas. We're going to want to figure out where the other nations are. There's another continent out there with, so Roman Zulu we eliminated. I guess the Aztec we eliminated as well. But Spain, Persia, Brazil, and France are out there. They keep starting wars with each other and then ending it. We got open borders with everyone except Persia. Let's see if they'll be willing to accept that. And we'll see about sending some envoys there later on as well. But right now, and we could, excuse me, we could have won the game by now technically, because for the, I guess this age, rather than doing Age of Discovery, which is what we did. This would normally be the Age of Renaissance, right? I think the standard age for the age we're in would be Renaissance. So we went Age of Discovery instead because we hadn't done that before and I wanted to poke around. We could have gone Age of Conquest, I think, and then won the game that way. But I don't want to do that. I want to see more of the game. We want to explore more of the mechanics, get a better understanding of the late game, especially since the next time we play, I think we're going to play right up on max difficulty. Although that will be challenging to do that and not use the raiders, because I'm not going to want to use the raiders again if I can avoid it. So we'll see what the max difficulty is like without abusing raiders. But yeah. All right, we got some units chilling in Belfast that want an order. I don't think there's anything to send them to. Yeah, those barbarians over there are being handled, so you just go ahead and toughen up. That's going to be okay. Envoys, when Quill wants open borders, he usually uses tanks. I mean, it turns out they're really good. People are really excited to see tanks, you know? Narland's building some improvements. Megara being attacked over here, but I think it's going to be fine. We'll check. There we go. Persia is cool with those open borders. We'll go and bop these barbarians as well. Now, oh, Arts XP, excellent! One of the issues we're having is for our national spirit the last time around, we took Theologians. And Theologians is going to do some cool stuff with us. We're going to do some religion things and stuff like that and play around with it. But they need Arts XP to advance. And we didn't have, like, any Arts XP generation. So we've been having to, like, try to catch up with that. So an injection of 50 extra Arts XP from these tapestries is going to be lovely, much appreciated. I could grab Doctrine. I don't think we need it. Right now, we're generating plenty of faith. We don't need extra faith generation. We're just looking to get some other high-end stuff. We'll probably focus on religious education first, doubling our culture bonus. Because if we look at our culture generation, we're getting a lot from our religious population, which is nice. Feel Arts XP strongest domain now? It may be. Let's see. Yeah, 14.5 XP for turn, 12 in diplomacy, only 8 in engineering. Be nice to get a little bit more than that. Warfare, we're never generating much passively. I think it was through, like, extra combat and events and stuff. Exploration is 7, so yeah. Arguably, maybe now we're over-generating Arts XP. Like, we'll probably have an excess of it in the next era. But, you know, we'll deal with it then. What are you? A city guard. Oh, that's right. I moved these units out of Nico before the stream started because I realized I need some vision over here. I want to see what's going on. The other thing is we do have a culture point coming up here. And in fact, I may as well generate it now. We could use this to build a town. Nico is about to hit its population cap, which is currently 15. It does have room for another town, so it's making me think we should do that. But I'm realizing now I should probably wait to do it until we can see what's around here. I mean, unless we just build it in land. Can you build a town in water? No, which is really annoying for some of the coastal towns that get a little bit hemmed in. It would be really cool if you could build some sort of like floating town or reclaim sea tiles or something. Do a Netherlands, you know what I mean? It would be really neat to have something like that. Meanwhile, we're visiting Mount Everest with our conquistador here, so we're going to do an expedition and visit the site. Ooh, I can't take this option. I'm short 0.4 engineering XP, which is a shame because this is a 20% increase in success chance. But I guess we'll pay a little bit of money for 10. And maybe it's late game tech? Maybe. We'll take the production boost into Pika. That's fine. Right, you're coming over here. Megara, all of its militia are still alive, so yeah, Megara's fine. This barbarian, actually, we could go and boop this barbarian right now with our raider. Just finish it off. Make sure it doesn't do anything else. It did go and raise the tile over here, which is not something I can do because Megara is a vassal. I guess we're just gonna go and crunch these two. Do Netherlands, I mean be conquered by Belgium. As game, turn speed at high levels for you. I know that when I was playing, so when I did my late game video as Sweden, I did notice that the in-between turn timers seemed a little bit long. Now, and I'm still playing on the pre-release version at this point. As far as I can tell, it hasn't changed from release, but Gonna hold off and then see there. It does seem to go a little slow and chunky in the end phases, so we'll have to take another look at that when we get there for sure. Right, we're gonna reinforce this site just to make sure that it stays okay. All right, New York. Let's take a look at New York over here. We have some improvement points we can spend. Nothing is currently upgradable in New York. We could potentially build more tiles. If we look, is anyone working anything unimproved? No, although someone is working in the house. I might have moved some of these around. Oh, I think I did. Right before the stream started, I was doing a little bit of micromanagement here. I actually took people off of some of the excess food. You can see our food needs not very highly met, and it could be met more with the hunting camp, but I was optimizing around the growing time over here. I was taking as much food away as I could without slowing down our growth. Now, of course, I suspect this growth might overflow to the next thing, so overkilling it wouldn't be the end of the world, but I thought I did that. I got us a little bit of extra production, a little bit of wealth, and I thought that was a good idea. So I'm not worried about building another tile improvement currently in New York. I mean, we still want to queue up a building, obviously. Well, we should probably go and get our large pizza parlors for pizzaism. Right, this is going to generate even more crazy amounts of arts XP, and the culture and knowledge is going to be great. Well, okay, the culture and knowledge actually isn't any different, because it's replacing the base pizza parlor, the base temple, which was one culture, one knowledge, with another one. This is going to generate more pizzaism, which will lead to more religious satisfaction, and then more arts XP overall. It's probably still worth it, although I could go and decide to do something like build this workshop first for more production. That's not bad. I was going to say more engineering XP, but we already have the work camp, so the engineering XP is going to stay the same. Our production here is pretty good already. Oh, we unlocked the waterworks finally. Hang on, let's start building those. Now, okay, I'm going to go for large pizza parlor first. More arts XP. Again, right now it's cruising quickly, but we do have to we've got to burn a lot. Because I think I'm going to need at least 2 more things. Religious population, this is the power. I want religious education. After that, maybe I will just end up picking doctrine. If we haven't unlocked this yet, just as a cheapo. So actually, we don't need that much more arts XP at all. But I think we still want to build the pizza parlor. That's our thing. Now, the reminder system in this game is fantastic. The one complaint I have about it is that it's a reminder set to you want to build a pasture. You can't set a reminder for like a specific pasture somewhere. And we set this last game, so I don't necessarily know where that pasture was. Although I suppose we could probably find it quite quickly. If we just pumped around some of our cities, we would probably find one that has an unpastured critter somewhere. Actually, I don't know. Tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to unpin it. We're going to reevaluate our cities as is. If we take a look, Belfast over here currently has its least needs met. It is tragically needing sanitation. I suspect it never got any sanitation stuff. I just finally realized tapping Alt is what toggles the yields display in here. Very handy. Not holding Alt, just tapping it toggles it for you, which is great. So let's go and build ourselves a trash heap for Belfast. That's going to dramatically improve its satisfaction and its growth rate. I think that's going to be nice. Here yesterday, here you wanted to stream today as well, yet I'm pleasantly surprised. Hey, Wida. Also a reminder that I do need to build one more monastery. I'm going to keep that reminder there. I believe it's right over here. We're still looking for a monastery. Okay. I can wait until next turn for the culture expense, when we're going to see if it's worth building a town in this direction. Do capitals expand faster along roads? That's an interesting question. Not that I know of, but I'm looking for a road that's not on a border. So right over here. So it looks like the answer is no. These scrublands both need a total of 47.16. Both of them are expanding at a rate of 0.33. So no, the road doesn't make a difference. Towns do. Tiles next to towns are cheaper, and there's lots of modifiers you can get that does alter that price. Pray it doesn't get altered further. Move over here. I'll be ready to jump into the sea. Actually, I guess I can still jump into the sea here. I was a little worried about these guys being vulnerable from that barbarian ship, but we seem to be okay right now. We're going to pop here and here, that dead end, and then you're going to go over here. Yeah, see? Now I'm thinking it's not worth putting the town in this direction. There's just too much desert right away. It is going to change to something else, but I don't think it's worth expanding that direction. So how about we put a town say right here. That'll lead to a cheaper expansion of this hill, some more grassland over here. That looks pretty good to me. How do you show those numbers again, please? So the expansion, so right over here on the left of the mini map. So right at the bottom, you get religion, which actually I don't think that button is even there at the start, or maybe it is always there, but it doesn't do anything at first. The button above it with the 2 arrows, this shows you the expansion. You can see things filling up as these are progressing. So this is when your regions will expand into those tiles. The button above that is the economic production. Now, this doesn't tell you everything a tile produces. This symbol, I believe, is specifically only telling you what will be produced by someone working there. If these improvements make something on their own, so inherently, it doesn't show that value in there. Because the idea is you're using this as... Oh, can I click on these little dots to set population to work? No. But yeah. So it's showing that. I mean, maybe it should show the total. Maybe it should be possible to move workers on this screen. I don't think it is. You can move them here, of course. But anyway. So you got that. And then the top one is to toggle armies on the minimap, which vaguely makes them show up. I can see a little red dot here. It might make our life a little easier to spot barbarians. And I suppose I could leave that on because it's not really adding more noise, so that's okay. And then this is the borders one. I always want the borders on, that's for sure. Upgrading towns are very powerful. We should do that more. One of the problems is we don't generate enough engineering XP. Engineering XP is required to expand towns. We have not been generating a lot of that. So if we can get that number to go up and we can do town expansion so we can specialize them, that would be great. You know what? I'm going to YOLO here for the plus 20% chance. Because we need some acceleration there. So there's a barbarian encampment. We don't have enough troops here currently to deal with that. And I don't know where I'm going to want to pull some troops from. We might just have to deal with the fact that Megara is going to get harassed for a little bit longer. You're going to join in there. All right. So we are going to use our cultural power now. I think I like the idea of building the town here so that Nico can keep growing. Lamb. Lottie. We could upgrade this dwelling. We do need a little bit more housing here, but let's go before we do it again. I mean, all these improvements are useful and important, but I think I'm going to go ahead and build myself a monastery here. We also might want to go and build a trade post on that tile there, but maybe it can wait. Well, this dwelling was burned down. I could repair this dwelling, which would also help the housing. But if I do this, that's enough housing there. I think I might just go ahead and reclaim this, and we could put something else on that tile afterwards. 12 points. Culture did overflow. We did confirm that. When I hit the button to like spend, it maxes it out perfectly. So if I would have gone and done a town that turn, it would have set it to 0, but that was correct. But yeah, we did confirm that it overflows, which is really useful. As far as I can tell, everything in this game overflows, which is really nice because it avoids a level of micromanagement. That's my town guard. Right, I'm gonna put you back in Nico. This guy, I'm gonna keep walking around here and see what's in this area. We never explored it. Okay, these units are gonna land. And I'm going to throw a crossbow in there. These guys here are probably going to go and bop that barbarian encampment by Megara. Actually, I guess we can group up with this unit. So, okay, I'll pull the crossbow out and leave it in New York. Okay. So we did get the plus 20%. That's good. That was important. So, climbers stand triumphant on the roof of the world. Now they just have to get back down safely. We can capture the scenic view for your art XP. I don't think we need any more art XP right now. I think we're okay. We could pay exploration XP. Follow the curves of the mountain, no effect. That's interesting because neither one of these imply anything about the success chance going up or down. This one is get XP, this one's pay XP. Now we could also pay engineering XP to boost our success chance by 10%. Which I think I want to do, even though, as I said, we're kind of hurting for engineering XP. But I think we want this to succeed, so I'm going to do this. Watch us still lose. I mean, that's how it works. I mean, 1 every 10 times, we will lose, but... Ugh. And the other thing annoying about engineering is I really want to pioneer, because I want to build an outpost over here to capture this City of Gold thing, but I guess we don't get to do that right now. We want to do all the things all the time, all at the same time. That's how strategy games work. Shiny River Deltas always make me want to pan for gold, right? Ooh. Oh, hey, we maxed out our innovation meter. Innovation, vassal autonomy. The crown is strengthened by a strong and loyal set of lords and ladies. We are a feudal monarchy, of course. The vassals of the United States are allowed to expand and grow so long as they continue to swear to the monarchy. We do have lots of money, so I'm not worried about this. What does it say on accept? 10% vassal border expansion per turn, 2.5% vassal population growth per turn. Amazing! Super good! Let's totally do that. We have tons of vassals. Okay, we have a lot of improvement points. Yeah, I think I am going to go and just gather this, this good, which is presumably being sent. What are you attached to? You're sent to Belfast. So if we check Belfast, I mean, I guess it's just going to show up as an extra meat or something. Maybe even the bone. Because you are not... Yeah, there's no hunting camps over here in Belfast at all. So the one meat and the one bone that is here is from that trade thing. Which is nice. So we're getting an extra 3 food and 2 wealth for spending some improvement points. It doesn't even tie up a worker. All right, I was slow to it, but I'm really seeing the value of these outposts now. They're huge. Now, in theory, the ideal might be to redirect things like the meat and the bone to one place that is got something to take advantage of it. I guess we have nothing to process bone yet. There is something, though, I know for sure. And then meat can definitely process. It doesn't make sense to build a building for it in Belfast unless we get extra hunting, but maybe we can do import and export things once we get there. Quill turning this into CK3. The trade makes me feel like I'm playing EU or even Victoria, I suppose. So we have just completed a very potent research, feudalism. Now, this actually isn't from our current age. Our current age is the Age of Discovery. We backfilled this from the Age of Kings because feudalism has a ton of new tile improvements that are upgrades over our existing stuff, which is going to dramatically improve our efficiency. I kind of think that we might be finishing the Age of Kings too. The Dry Compass letting us go into... Oh, that's better fishing fleets, but this... Oh, it's the cog. Neither one of those are the things that let us go into the sea. The professional army will give us the ability to have an increased army size. I don't think we need it now. I might backfill this later for a social fabric, but for now I think we're going to move on to the Age of Discovery tech. And then I still don't know which ones I want to go to. We did start on technical engineering, I think for good reason. I think it had all the clay pit upgrades, so we're going to go ahead and do that. But you can see all these farms are ready to be upgraded, or these plantations in this case. So this is a heck of an upgrade. Research deference, asks Biowolfus. Well, this was good. So it had the innovation when completing City of Gold expeditions. Oh, is this going to happen retroactively? The Canton office, culture, government XP, diplomacy XP, very good. And the cultural district, which is an improvement that gives us arts XP. Although I don't think we need more arts XP. I'd like to give us more culture. I don't know that we need deference. Or which one lets you spawn pioneers? You're right. I think it was the noble court let me do that. Yeah, maybe that might be handy. I mean, people were saying it would still probably cost us the engineering XP, but maybe lets us spawn them in position. And we can build a museum in the City of Gold. So we're clearly going to want this, but I think I want to do the technical engineering first. So, grasslands, right. So this is currently a plantation that produces 2 food and a rice, which is worth money. The large plantation produces 4 food, so twice as much, and 2 rice, which is twice as much. The nice thing about this is not only does that mean more wealth from the rice, but more rice here means we could build more mills to turn them into more flour, to turn them into more bread, and dramatically multiply the amount of food we're producing. Now, Belfast right now doesn't need more food. Although, again, there's still more room for efficiency. The farm is the same way. The farm normally gives you 1 wheat, which is worth 3 food. The plowed farm gives you 2 wheat, which is worth 3 food. So a massive multiplier over there. Again, Belfast is good on food. Let's look at some of these other places. Well, first of all, Topeka really needs a better garbage handling situation. Although, what we could do... Yeah, well, there it is. Let's just say what we could do is, I mean, we're going to want the waterworks. How much money do I have? 2,800. How much would it cost me to instantly buy these waterworks? 3,000. I guess keep working on the workshop. You might do the waterworks. I think I will go and build 1 garbage dump here. 1 trash heap. which is going to cap that out. You do need some food. So I think a good thing to do here would be to either we upgrade the plantations, which moves from 2 to 4 food, just as a base, and gives us more money. Or if we're specifically looking for food, it seems the best thing to do is probably to level up the grasslands, which will go from 3 to 6 food. So this nets us 3 food, that nets us 2 food and 2 money. Let's do this first. And then we're out of improvement points. But we're going to be looking to upgrade a lot of stuff. And then we're going to be looking to take advantage of the new resources for more production chain stuff. For example, here we do have the wheat. These are religious texts, right? Yeah, okay. But yeah, we do have the wheat over here. And so we could turn more of that into flour. Meanwhile, you are going back into New York, my friend. And this army is moving over here to merge up with Megara. Okay. All right, 90% chance. Final ascent. Resolve expedition. Get a crap ton of engineering XP and culture. Woo! Success. Okay. I'm going to get a pioneer because I want to hook up this area here. I'm going to go to either one of these 2 tiles. If I went here, I could build an extra monastery, but that also encroaches a little bit more on Belfast's territory. So I think I'm just going to put it here, assuming I'm going to be allowed to do that. Because all I want to do is be able to build a museum on this hunter trophy. No, but I still say if pizza monks don't make beer, we need a mod. Oh, is there beer in game? Yeah, that's a good question. Oh, a goody hut? In 1060 AD. Hey, it's about time for the Battle of Hastings, right? The Norman Conquest? All that stuff? Use culture power. Okay, our culture meter is filling up fast right now. Now, we just got an innovation, which would make cutting edge pretty good right now, but I think we have to be pretty spammy with our towns. Umang over here, already has 2 towns, so I suspect he can't support another. No, yeah. Ulundi would like some more. As I say, I'm thinking about over here, but we're not going to settle in this area. Although we could put an outpost over here. I'm actually thinking I'm putting a town here. Just to allow it to continue to expand. Yeah, I think I'm cool with that. There you go. So ideally leveling up these towns, or maybe what we do is we focus. New York is going to need another region upgrade soon. I'm assuming, unless it's got the right buildings. Yeah, no, 20 is its cap. So we could be looking into upgrading Wilmington. Probably Wilmington because it is surrounded by improvements. Currently it's generating some extra wealth for us. But yeah, if we upgrade it, we could do specialization stuff. Should we just go ahead and do that now? What do you guys think? Maybe we should. The sooner we do it... it's amazing to me I haven't used the public improvements button at all this game, because this is still at its base cost. All right, let's do it and see what happens. So that should, first of all, raise our population cap to 25. It does. And then it does unlock an upgrade, our specialization for the town. So we could go to Farming Town. Town surrounded by productive farmlands and pastures. Okay. So do you want to do... Extra food per adjacent farming improvement. Extra food per lumbering improvement. Extra food, extra production per mine. Extra production per coast. So you'd want to specialize, which is tricksy, because we haven't done that. I wonder if farming includes ranching. Presumably I could despecialize it as well. Oh, the town bonus does get doubled per level, so it is just making a crap ton more money by itself, even if we don't specialize it. What we should probably do though, is we probably should still ranch this area because that would bring us up to 12 adjacency. Just going to make a little safety save here because I'm going to hit the buttons and I just don't know what's involved in changing it. Because I know changing an outpost to a castle cost me engineering XP. Okay, I didn't see any numbers change. And I can go back to being a generic town. Oh, it still has the generic town bonus. It still has the wealth. And it looks like the ranches do count as a food. Because it's got one adjacency from food, which must be this ranch. Because we don't have a farm anywhere else. Okay, you can switch as many times as you want. Oh, it did say pastures? Did it? From farm town adjacency bonus. Did it in the tooltip? Did it say it? I thought it said farming improvement, but I don't know. Name all your cities different versions of New York, like Nouveau York. York Nova. Right. So you're going to build an outpost. Not a trading post. Not a monastery. Oh, we don't actually have the museum tech yet. Right. Okay, that's fine. York Nova is definitely an Ark ship. One of the board games that we like to play with my group of friends is Ark Nova, which is a kind of a crazy name that, like, to me doesn't really tell you what's going on in there. But it's a game about building a zoos, which is fun. Each player is running a zoo, and you win by having effectively the highest conservation points and appeal. So you want your zoo to be pretty and attractive and have people be interested in it, but you also have to go and make sure the aminals are happy and alive. Wonderful game. Yeah, great version on BGA. Yeah, we used to play on Tabletop Simulator, and we recently started playing on Board Game Arena. And let me tell you, Ark Nova went about twice as fast through Board Game Arena, because Board Game Arena, all the games are scripted, the rules get handled by themselves, so you don't have to worry about, counting things and whatever, other than, obviously, counting things to make, good decisions. All right, let's go to this tall mountain next with our conquistador. Let's pop this goodie hut. I think the exploration XP, I think we've got more use for it these days. The Warfare XP still has the good ability to spawn volunteers, but it's gotten pretty expensive. Whereas utility ships and claim territory still has some pretty decent use over here. So I don't want to end turn yet, because I probably want to do more improvement. I think what's going to happen here in New York, I'm going to build a ranch. So this is going to generate... This is generating twice as much. If we look at this ranch over here, so they're both on sheeps. It's an exploration XP, a wool, a meat. That's the base one. That's the pasture. It can be upgraded to a ranch. And if we just build the ranch straight out, we can see it's still just 1 exploration XP, but it's 2 wool, 2 meat. It's 2 as much as good. Boop. 2 as much. And then later on, we're going to get buildings that are the upgrade to this that have 2 worker slots, which means you can have just twice as even, like, you can double your production again without using an extra tile, but by using extra population. Which is good, because our population is going to outstrip the number of workable tiles we've got at some point. I mean, at some point. It's 2 as much, exactly. That's how they name those movies, right? Too Furious, Too Much? Something like that. I think we're good to end our turn now. So the price of Expand Town not go up? Okay, that's good. That's good to know. I could still convert some engineering XP into public improvements, but I think we got to save more. I wonder, okay, so hold on. Can I expand a town of a vassal? The answer is yes. There you go. All right. Okay, that's actually really good to know. Theologians. I'm still waiting for religious education. Okay. Too legit to quit. Oh yeah, getting a ton of engineering power would also be nice for potentially cutting down trees as well. All right. Go here, select this unit, and all y'all get up into the woods. We got to clear barbarian encampment. Yeah, you're going to chill in Nico, settle there. No one's complaining about unrest. Well, there was a tiny bit of unrest generation, I think, in Nico here. Yeah, it must have been at +1, because this unit here, this is our city guard, so it generates -8. So we're at -7, so yeah. Again, we've got some upgradable things we could do here, but let's finish our moves and then figure out where we're spending our improvement points. I have to say, is the improvement point system better than workers/builders from Civ?
Hey, Quill, pay attention. There's a new subscriber.
I think it might be. I think the number of improvements as well, I think it's really interesting. I like going back and re-optimizing my cities. Like in the end of the game, who is that? Who's the new stuff? Lost Pringles! Ooh, now I want Pringles. When you go into an age and you unlock a bunch of new stuff, I like going back and looking at all our resources and figuring out what building to add, remove, tweak to use all the resources. I haven't really played around with the import and export system yet, and I really need to because I suspect that adds another layer of cool, like, optimization and finesse. I think there's just more to do at peacetime in this than in Civ. Right? Arguably, you could say the Civ 5 and Civ 6 with the 1 unit per tile. The combat is more interesting, although I still say that that's always going to be a weak point of the AI. One of the reasons I can beat the AI on Deity on Civ 5 and Civ 6 is it's only ever going to be so good at 1 unit per tile, because it's like chess kind of thing, right? Whereas at Civ 4, because it's Doom stacks, I can't beat the AI on Deity. Here we got sort of a half and half, because you've got a limit to your army size stack, and then there's also, you can compose your armies, you know, archers versus line units and so on and so forth, right? There's counters and stuff that you can build, but it's different. But Civ doesn't quite have the same number of activities, and things tends to be very long. Whether you're talking about Civ 1 through 4, where your workers are going to take multiple turns to build an improvement, or I guess in 5 as well. It's been so long since I played 5, and I get confused about what mechanics were 5 versus 6. But then in 6, your workers there, or your builders there, are instant, but you only get 3 charges, plus more depending on what you're doing, and they take a while to build. Where here, you like every turn I've got points. Every turn, I'm going to be building 1 or 2 improvements. And that feels really good. Yeah, 5 was the first to have hexes, and it had 1 unit per tile, and it had wonders on the world map, but it didn't have districts. 6 introduced districts, but the other things I'm like fuzzy about. I guess I still remember the Civ 5. It was the I can't remember what they're called, the civil policies or whatever. And you were like, do I go tradition or liberty? You could also go honor, although that wasn't as common as an opener. And like every patch changed the balance of it, which is very cool. All right, New York. I'm thinking I might build the waterworks. Again, getting the market square and things like that to start doing imports and things like that. Or imports or exports. Imports. How do you get exports going? Must be another building that generates exports. There's lots. Some buildings later have both. It might be fine to build this, because then I really won't have to worry about building as many trash heap improvements on the map. Or, I mean, I could quickly whip out the meeting hall for diplomacy XP, not that I'm using it very much. Or the encampment. I mean, it's so dirt cheap. But at this point, I'm kind of waiting for, like, the next version of it, so I'll just build that. I suppose when in doubt, build a workshop, right? More production. Okay, I don't want to end turn. I want to spend my improvement points. And, okay, New York probably is ending up with... Okay, it doesn't currently have excess meat. It will now. Second ranch, an extra piece of meat over here, which means we could go and build ourselves an extra salt house to convert it. But a salt house turns the meat into salted meat from 3 food to 6 food. So effectively giving us +3 food per meat, or this tile here is worth 6 food is one way to think about it. But we can also build a kitchen now, which turns meats as well as olives and sugar into delicacies, which are worth 10 food each. So we're going from 3 food per meat to 10 food per meat. So this seems like an absolute upgrade over here. So we're going to do that. There you go. Fulfill this quite a lot. And it makes me think what we should maybe do next turn is tear down the old salt house and replace it with a new kitchen. Why can I... Oh, there's the kitchen up there. Yeah. There's no reason for us to do salted meat anymore. Chat provides plenty of salt as is. Right. Turn meat into kebabs. Ooh. For the record, I don't have treat stream running today. because after the stream, I'm going to go and do some grocery shopping and probably look around for inspiration to cook something. I haven't cooked a proper meal in the household for a little bit. Now, it doesn't help that Essentia's still not feeling great, and therefore probably I'm not going to be cooking for her, but I feel the desire to do something. Okay, we have enough government XP here. I mean, unless I want to spawn a settler, and I do. Maybe I should do the settler because it's got such a long cooldown. Of course, I think that's what happened last time. Now, manoralism is vassal prosperity per turn. My vassals are basically all, except for Dallas, already capped. Oh, and Sozu over here. But they're basically all capped on prosperity anyway because of our earlier stuff. So I don't think we need to stress about doing this. Doubling vassals' internal improvement points is nice. So they can improve more of their own tiles is beautiful. And peasantry for their growth is amazing too. I'd argue outposts are better than settlers. You might be right, Gloomy. Do we just do that? I mean, we do have a lot of things benefiting vassals, right? In our particular government currently, maybe vassals are worth more to us than outposts, but maybe if we weren't running this government, the opposite would be true. That's a good question. Where is our merchant? Seattle has her merchant. Okay. Are we crazy? I feel like sometimes it ejects the merchant automatically and sometimes it doesn't. Because Seattle is maxed, so we should send you to Dallas. Like stewardship, passive increasers are nice when they happen in our acre. Yeah, I think we should probably get stewardship and peasantry up and running fairly quick. I think when the army's full. I mean, that army... He wasn't sitting in Seattle, though. Like, it was sitting on this screen. It was part of the city. It wasn't sitting in this army. I had to eject it from Seattle, and then it joined the army, and then it moved it out. And if the army had been full, it would have spawned outside. But does it not automatically release the merchant? I feel like it does sometimes, or maybe I'm dreaming and it never does. I kind of feel like this army might stay here, because I suspect more barbarian stuff is going to spawn in this area. So we're going to do that. Yeah, there's my reminder, spawn settler. Yeah, well, apparently we're not doing that now. I may as well spend the money to rush the culture. There's no reason not to, I would say. Nico could use extra food, and it could be upgrading some pastures. Or I set up the kitchen in New York. Sign of a good strategy game when there's just interesting and meaningful decisions every turn to deal with. Everyone's kind of pretty okay. Nico's got the lowest needs being met right now. Part of that is sanitation. Are you working on the waterworks? No, you're not. But I can also improve it with some food. Although, is it really going to make a change in the growth? Maybe not. All right. I don't know if I don't think we're going to end up shaving a turn off of this. No. Well, we can get a religious education now. Double the culture from religious population. So if we look now, we're making 42, and 8 of that is from religious population. Maybe it'll update next turn. Yeah, our money's pretty good. We're probably going to rush some buildings. I wonder... Let me do a quick little pass-through. Your production... Upgrade to workshop? Yeah, sure. Let me spend that. Oh, we may as well finish it this turn. You're actually capped on sanitation, so yeah, go for a workshop for production. The peak, I guess you'll wrap this up right now. That's fine. Privy Council for tech. You're being satisfied for everything. Well, technically except food, but that'll be mostly tile improvements. Oh, let's get the university for more knowledge, please. And Nico... How much money do I have left? Enough! I could probably boost this, too. Yeah, upgrade to workshop, boosting your production. And then use that to go into the waterworks, please. You're not capped on sanitation. Hey, Trash Panda. One of the issues with the Steam reviews, and I'm not saying they're wrong for this, is there's a fair amount of complaint from people who are complaining that the full multiplayer is not currently available. That is a non-issue for me in any way whatsoever because I don't play multiplayer in these games, generally speaking. And I wonder how many of them are sort of objections on principle versus actually looking to play multiplayer. And you know what? Objections on principle are also valid. You know, I get that. It also doesn't help that your first playthrough of this, again, this was the case for me, and based on things I'm seeing, I don't think I'm alone in this. I didn't enjoy my first playthrough of this. It took me a couple of tries before I finally got the game and like all the systems started to make sense, and then I started to really see the fun in it, and which is not a great thing. Maybe the game needed a stronger tutorial. Maybe it needed, you know, something else. I'm not sure what, right? But so but I'm saying some of the negative reviews may be the sort of thing that isn't indicative that it's a bad game for you. I'm not saying those people are wrong, but I'm saying that maybe it doesn't always apply to every person. Like, I don't care about the multiplayer, and now that the game's kicked in, I'm having a hoot. And this is going to be added to my list of Civ-type games that I cycle through. Sometimes I'll play Civ 4, like this morning. Sometimes I'll play Civ 6. Sometimes I'll play Millennia. Sometimes I might go and revisit Humankind. Old World's also excellent, but wasn't ideal for me. In the end, once it got to release and all these things, I was like, you know what? I don't really enjoy my time with Old World. And yet I think it's a great game, which is a very different kind of situation. I feel the same way about the Total War series. The Total War series are obviously amazing. They never really work for me long term. They're not exactly the kind of game I want. Okay, this is no longer locked. Cool. So we're definitely going to go and finish this legacy option. We got a little more arts XP. Sure. Fabric points. Perfect. Excellent. We are generating enough art point right now. We'll probably run a few more of these. Again, I might not need, converts all religious population one of your regions to your religion. I don't think we've got any competition for our religion. I mean, this is going to be an arts culture power, so we're going to spend arts power to use this, and we're going to have lots of arts power, but I'm not sure we're going to need what this does. But we may as well get extra faith generation, which might pay off long term. Right now, all of our cities are fully satisfied, but yeah. I guess, okay, here's the thing. I was talking about with the outpost versus vassals, and I was saying I've got all these vassal bonuses, but I'm realizing that the outposts do let you over exceed your production cap, your whatever cap for your actual capital cities that you're working, which is interesting. Belfast, you're groovy other than housing. So let's build you a house. In fact, I'm thinking I might build a villa here. You don't have a need for luxury yet, but at some point it's going to kick in. I don't know when. Maybe at 15? Does anyone know? Probably 15, which Belfast is getting there soon. So we're going to go to, wait, there was an entry that said needs, needs : luxury. 15, there you go. Never goes below 100%, so it's only a benefit. So yeah, there's never a problem with the needs deficit. Well, ish, it still brings down the average. We'd like the needs to be sitting at 200. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead. It's going to be enough to fix the housing situation right now. We'll build the villa, and then it'll have a little bit of luxury waiting for it once it hits that need. Guard you over here. Why don't you chill here and just provide a little vision? Although if barbarians spawn here, you're going to get your ass kicked. Never mind. Go back to Nico. Oh, excellent. Okay, so we finished our technical engineering, which gives us upgraded clay pits, from clay pits to clay mines. It also, I believe, comes with the brick works. The nice thing about this, our current way of converting clay into bricks was 1 clay into 1 brick. This brickworks will create 3 clay into 3 bricks, dramatically acting as a production multiplier for us. This also has the sawmill. This also has the... Oh, this is the clear cut power, so we can clear trees. After that, I'm going to go Noble Court so we can build a museum. We've got the whole city of gold. Let's see what the deal is. What's also nice about this with 3 clay pits, currently the clay pits generate 1 clay. The upgraded version of them generate 2 clay, which means 3 clay pits equals 6 clay, which is perfect for feeding into 2 brickworks. You need that 3-to-2 ratio for the clay mines to brickworks. And so this works out nicely. Nico, here's the thing. Clay pits are great in cities that A, don't have forests, or B, don't have hills, because those cities will be low on production. I'm just realizing it after I click that button. Does Nico even need these clay pits? Would it not be better off to take advantage of the forest and the hills? Huh. Clay also generates improvement points, but which that's a good point. And I don't think the others do. I think the brickyard generates engineering XP for us, but I think so do the metal foundries. Assuming we even have that. Metal furnace. No, not currently, although it might later. Toolsmith? The toolsmith generates engineering XP, which is nice. But the brickworks does as well. Maybe it makes sense to keep the clay pits going for now, because it will generate more improvement points. Although we're spending the points to get it back. There will be a payback period. In the meantime, it's still giving us production. Yeah, the clay pits were put down by the vassal, or by, Nicomedia's earliest owner. And at the time, it might not have expanded into hills, so it made sense for them then. We don't have the better quality mines yet. F it. Let's do this. We'll go for the whole brickwork setup over here soon enough. Now, we've got more culture power. And innovation might be nice. Heck, local reforms might be nice. I kind of feel Belfast can take an extra town. I think we do that. I think it might make sense to put it down right over here. Take tiles away from Alexandria, but Alexandria is going to be a vassal. Now, Belfast... Actually, it is nearing its population cap. Again, we can level up the towns as well, too. But I like the idea of giving it extra borders. So let's create a town here for Belfast. Jeanette. I looked all over for where to get copper for ingot production. Turns out that the basic resource mines on the hills. Yes, that is correct. You can also make ingots out of iron. So if you have iron, like we do over here, we can build a mine on this tile. But any hill can have a mine, and it generates copper, which then can be turned into ingots at the foundry. So you can definitely get it even if you don't have a special resource. Someone asked, excuse me. Oh, Biowolfus asked, what else generates improvement points? One of the things we discovered 2 streams ago that I didn't know until now is this button here for this helper that you can click on, and you can find that information. So improvement points for the shovels. If we click on this, we can see what generates it. Clay mines, brickworks, fighting bricks over here. Buildings are civil engineer, lifting tower, crane. These are all buildings that I currently could build, or I think these might be... Oh, I guess I could build these now. I must have gotten it from the tech. These are going to be improvements over the crane, presumably. Spain and Persia at war. Who cares? Who cares what these insignificant other nations do, right? Yeah, so we'll be building a stonecutter in Nicomedia. The stonecutter's good if you've got clay. No, I don't want an alliance. You're just going to drag me into wars I don't care about. Again, you people are utterly insignificant. I don't care about you in any way whatsoever. I'll go ahead and get the last clay mine here, and I don't think we've got enough for the stone works, or the clay works, the brickworks. Yeah, I need 35 for that. Well, we do have a fair amount of engineering points. Again, I could do some public improvements to accelerate this, but we could also do some expat and town stuff. We don't need it right now for the cap, but the higher level towns do give us extra stuff. Oh, wait, hold on. We should spawn some pioneers and put down a bunch of outposts. I'm now convinced that outposts are awesome. Can you fish at outpost locations? That's something I don't know, is I don't know what all the outpost improvements are, and I don't know where you would find them. Right? Like this museum, this is an improvement for outposts. The monastery, or at least I thought it was. The monastery, which isn't in the list, is just an outpost improvement. You can trade any good. I guess, so presumably, theoretically, I can put a trading spot on these things. And then send them somewhere, which should just be some raw food. I mean, not that that's a bad thing. I don't know about anything. We don't have anything yet that converts tuna into anything else. Maybe we put an outpost right here. Grab this stuff and send it somewhere. Actually, you have a guard here. I'm gonna go right here where this guy is. Perfect. Pioneers are getting more and more expensive. Rejected. No unrest to worry about. Good. You move, so we'll build the outpost next. Wait. God damn it. Yeah, I sent the raider, not the pioneer. Don't need the propaganda. Maybe we just cutting edge here. Eureka would give us... Eureka does give us 3 turns worth of research. We could also just throw down some local reforms, too. Although, I think right now the research... Yeah, no, we're not generating that much in New York. Was the culture from religious? Oh yeah, the culture from religious did go up. Yes, it did. It went up a huge amount. We're generating tons more culture points. I think I'm going to Eureka here. And about 3 turns worth of tech points. I guess I still had some improvement points to spend. Oh, I want 2 brickworks in Nicomedia. So stoneworks, brickwork. So Nico currently has a production rate of 27. Drop down this brickworks over here. It now is producing 30, which is great, and we're getting more improvement points, and we're getting, I think, the engineering XP. Nico could also use a kitchen. It's got a bunch of meat kicking around. So, I mean, its food need is, well, it's okay, but we may as well build it. Bam, which is going to cap that out, which is fine. You're building your waterworks, right? How much money do I have? Okay, I'm going to spend half my money to rush this waterworks. There we go. So its needs are maxed out, which is great. Oh, there we go. Civil engineer. This is going to give us more engineering points. So I'm annoyed. I just built a bunch of workshops in places. Although maybe we only pay the difference. We do only pay the difference in the upgrade. Oh, that's excellent. Because if you look, our workshop would cost 200 production. Our civil engineer would cost 300 production. We're creating 30 production per turn. So it looks to me like this should take 10 turns to build. Except it's taking in 4, which makes sense. Because after 3 turns, we'll have 90. Okay. Getting this nets us 2 extra improvement points that we didn't have before. It's the same engineering XP. It's slightly more production, but 2 extra improvement points per turn. That's huge. Lifting tower is going to be in the same sort of boat of like generating more improvement points. But the civil engineering, both of these are going to net us 2 extra. This costs us more, and this also gives us production. We'll probably build all of it. Why wouldn't it discount? Because I don't know. For some reason in my head, I was like, you're just replacing it one with the other. But the tile improvements discount. Like I thought, oh yeah, it's going to tear down the old building and rebuild it. I just should have had faith. And I hadn't actually checked it. It was the first time where it was like, because all those other times it was still also a no-brainer to rebuild the upgrade. And I'm like, is it? Let's do the math for a change. Everyone wants to be my friend. They don't know I'm a big antisocial jerk. That's the city guard. Chill here. All right, Noble Court is done. Right. Okay, we're gonna have to check a few things, and then Let's, printing press? I don't really have a paper industry, although we could develop it. Because this unlocks both the paper mill and then the printing press. And we have the better logging camps. Okay, let's do it. And then what I want to do is over here. I'm sure I had read that this was a outpost improvement, but it appears to not be the case. It's just a regular improvement. But that's okay. What we can do, this outpost is linked to Belfast. We could absorb this outpost into Belfast. And then Belfast could be an improvement on this. It's not even a big deal. It's just 5 warfare XP. I mean, I guess that's not bad, but it doesn't feel glorious. Unless... Hold on, it's a trophy. Can I just... Trading post? And send the trophy without the specialized building? Maybe that's good enough. Belfast, do you have a trophy? How would I tell? I guess I would tell if your warfare XP was +5. Yep, okay. That is working. Okay, that's fine. You saw museum option on this tile? I saw a monastery option. I saw monastery or trading post. Unless I misread, but I don't think so. I think you just saw the M. Everyone wants to be in front. Oh, I gotta spend more of this stuff. So I'm no longer worried about integrating this because the museum didn't give us that much special stuff. Should be there. So the museum by itself gave us... Yeah, all it does is gather it. So a museum is exactly the same as a trading post on this tile. Okay, that's cool. So again, I may as well just improve all the tiles that can be improved in places. Although, again, we might want to look at which places got the lowest needs. New York. Kind of needs a little bit of everything. New York has a single clay pit, which we're not going to do much with. I think this clay pit's going to get replaced. And if anything, I think we might set up a lumbering industry in New York. But first, let me upgrade the food producers. And then we're going to check what its resources are sitting like. We have a building that can convert the wool, although the cloth might just be for more wealth. I do have 2 rice. I think I should probably convert it to flour, which will give us a little bit more food, which we need. So under cooking, I'm going to want a mill to convert the rice into flour. So now I have flour. So what I should really do next is under cooking, get me an oven to turn 2 flour into 2 bread. I think we might have already been food capped, but it'll give us a good margin. You need... Your waterworks coming in pretty quick. How much money do I have? I got lots of money. Shit, I'm making this much amount of money every turn. So let's rush the waterworks, fix your sanitation. You actually need a little more housing and a little bit more religion. Now, I could build a holy site, but I think I'm going to want to go and get all our civil engineering and stuff done. The city of Plano might make a good lumber city if you upgrade it and build lumber mill around it. That's a good point. That's an excellent point. So maybe we should just do that now. Upgrade Plano so it can be specialized. Specialize it into a lumber town. Hey, Bio, thanks for the gift subs. Oh, wait, we don't upgrade it here. We upgrade it from engineering XP. And then logging camp. So these are the ones that give flat 4 production. And only 1 log each. I think we will get versions later that give us more than 1 log each. But that's a good start. Theologians. Oh, my capital. I may as well give you +5 pizzaism. Well, I guess this is every capital. I have to remember in this game, what I think of as my capital is called a homeland. This is every capital just gets flat out +5. So every single one of our cities has got, or again, every single one of my regional capital things. Presumably it's also the vassals, but I don't have needs the same way. Okay. So we still have the culture power. Oh yes, I can spend it as a social fabric wildcard, but I don't really wanna. We Eureka'd last time, so this is going to give us less. Now it's 2 turns research. I don't want a cutting edge right now. It's not very efficient. I think we might do a local reform. Or I build a town for one of my little vassals here. A lot of them are waiting to grow. Any of these likely to be integrated? I mean, if anything, it's going to be Among over here. It's huge. Although it's already got 2 cities, so I can't build the, or sorry, it's already got 2 towns. So I can't build any more towns. For its population cap, I could go and upgrade one of these towns, which I very well may. I don't think we're going to integrate Pittsburgh. It's just awkwardly placed. That doesn't mean we don't give it another town, though. Hampi. I mean, these guys might deserve a town each. Oh, great. I didn't actually do the specialization in New York. Thank you. I mean, we're not going to get tons of value out of it right now because it's only got the 1 lumber next to it. But it's still something for a little more production. And then, yeah, we'll spend some more improvement points over there. We can use this to also push out against some of the fog of war, where barbarians might be spawning. Flacco over here, if we could get a town there, would actually make for a great lumber specialization later on, but we don't have that kind of reach yet. I could put a town here. I wonder if it would also count improvements not in its own city. That's interesting. Although Hanju is not actually capped, I think they probably built a building to help with it. Pika's got its 2, which is currently its limits. Oh, Alundu is actually at its cap, too. All right, F it. I think I'm just going to build something in Pittsburgh. I think I'm just going to build it. Actually, hold on. Magar, are you capped? You are. I want you. This is going to be perfect. I want you to do this, which is going to give more pushback against some of the fog. If we do this, this could be an amazing lumber specialized town later on. Less 1 water tile, but that's okay. Flagstaff. What state is Flagstaff in? I want to say Arizona? It sounds right. I don't know my American geography that well. Winner, winner. Nice. We do have the XP to level up more towns. Oh, someone is asking what the advantage of specializing a town in. A town gives you +1 money for every adjacent improvement. Leveling it up doubles that. It gives you a multiplier for it. And when you specialize, it also gives you a bonus extra something for something. So in this case, this lumber specialized town is going to give us 2 production per adjacent lumber mill. So we're going to be spamming those out over here. And that's going to be groovy. I guess you may as well grab this. Unless I want to save my Arts XP for something else, but... Sure. Done. Flagstaff is where the sun sets every day. Is that from a Calvin and Hobbes comic strip? Juniper. Is that what Calvin's dad tells him? Holy crap, that's a deep cut. Wow. Amazing. There's a lot of things to improve over here, but I think it might make sense, even if we don't end up working these tiles, just building all these logging camps around Plano, which I want to keep calling Piano. I mean, it's only got the 3 forests, but it's still going to be good enough. And yeah, so we're getting 6 free production from there, plus the production of working these tiles. Now they're working that instead of some other things, but I think that's probably okay. That's all my improvement points for the turn. I don't need prospectors. We can get more gold if I did. I mean, we can also do things with claimed territory, but for now I'll wait. This is fine. We might just tenacity. Pioneer's getting more expensive. I guess Umang, I should probably just... Well, you're not actually capped yet. We'll probably level up when you're in towns, but I'll wait for now. All right. Hey, where's my conquistador? Okay, I think this is something that needs to be changed. When a unit walks through an army tile, even if it had a path, it stops and kind of becomes part of that army. I kept waiting for it to complete its moves over here, and I just realized. I'm like, oh, I need to save engineering points in case I get an event while I do the expedition. Damn it. By walking through this, it became part of the army and then just stopped. It's a little annoying. Are there any bonuses to having natural wonders inside your territory? I don't know. I should know. I don't know. Maybe someone else in chat can answer that question. All right, we're going to visit the Tall Mountain. I don't need the free exploration XP. I want to do the maximum success chance. We're going to spend the engineering points on that. And not what we've seen? Okay. Maybe that's one of the planned DLCs. I didn't realize this game had 2 planned DLCs. So maybe that's one of the things they were thinking. So influence boost. I don't think we need the keep. The throne room would give us quite a bit more government XP, which is actually good. We keep needing more government XP. I mean, obviously, lifting tower for improvements, the medieval university for more knowledge. Actually, I'm going to take tech first. And civil engineering, still great. Lots of production, lots of improvement points. I'm going to be kind of inconsistent if I take the tech or the improvement points first every time, but that's going to be okay. All right, New York, you know what? I'm just going to get rid of this clay pit. You're not working it right now anyway, and we're not going to want a clay pit over there. What do you have? You have 3 logs sitting around. We don't have the printing press tech yet. Oh, we could build a sawmill. So sawmill processes up to 4 logs, which we can get by building a logging camp over here as well. So it's actually kind of a sweet ratio right now. And I think later on these will double to do 2 logs each, so we just build a second sawmill. The sawmill gives us a crap ton of production. And production is obviously good. There's lots of buildings still left to be built in New York. Obviously, research is also good, so we could just wait until printing press is done and set up the paper industry. But maybe what we do is we sawmill now to let us catch up to a bunch of buildings that we want to build in New York. We could always swap to paper later. And we're clearly ahead on tech on all of our opponents. So we'll do that. So if we look at New York, we're short 2 logs. Oh! Because someone's not working yet. One of these logging camps isn't being worked right now. That's why. Now, potentially I could pull people out of some other jobs and move things around. I'm not going to stress about it. I'm going to leave it there. New York's going to grow in 2 turns. Probably it'll go working one of the logging camps again, and that's going to be fine. In the end, this is still a net win for us. Very productive. Playing Poe. The new league just dropped, right? Ominin? I keep wanting to get back into Path of Exile. But you know, too many games, man. Okay, I'm going to take the safe route here, slow and steady, for the 10% success chance boost. Oh, it's tomorrow. Well, tomorrow I'm probably going to be streaming this again, but maybe I'll play before or after. Yeah, give me the engineering points. Reminder to spawn settler. Or we could invest more into our feudal monarchy. Right. So same thing as last time. When we end up with enough points to get a settler, we have to make a decision between the settler and stewardship. Last time we decided stewardship won. I think peasantry might win again. Especially since we now know that maybe outposts are pretty good. So peasantry will give us double population growth, like our vassals. Double population growth, wealth, and vassal improvement points from terrain. So their terrain improvements are going to be better. Theoretically, they're building more terrain improvements, and then they're going to be better. So I think we'll do that. And then we could unlock this Oath of Fealty power. This is a heck of a button. You spend government XP to use it, but it gives you +1 population in every single one of your vassals, and it can go above your population limit. Probably what we do first is grab a royal court. And arguably, maybe it would have made sense to save up to go to royal court first, because it gives us more government XP, which means we could develop more of this. But I think we do that. I might... Manorialism is good, you don't need merchants. Oh, I agree. The only reason I'm not jumping on it is because most of our vassals are already at their prosperity cap. Although, again, I guess we have to keep an eye on Dallas. There you go, because once it caps out, we're going to want to move that merchant. We only have 1 merchant right now, and there's only 1 other city, this one over here, that would benefit from it. And the only reason it's not capped on prosperity is because we actually integrated this to build some docks and then deintegrated it. We did that so we can get into Age of Discovery. I'm not going to pretend that was necessarily like, this is a super cool move that is super efficient and you should like learn this one neat trick. But it was helpful to get the age we wanted. Whether or not this age is actually all that useful for us, Who knows? But we got a City of Gold, and that was kind of neat. The Warfare XP will probably prove to be useful. We are going through this culture track so quick. And every time I'm like, I don't know what to do with it. If I just got an innovation, I'd probably cutting edge. I think I'm going to go and just plop down some more towns in places that might need it, or again, just to help with some of the fog busting. Belfast already has 2, yeah. Alexandria doesn't have one yet. Probably its pop cap is actually going to be 10 because it's, yeah, it's in yellow here, so it's about to get close. I'm thinking of just doing that. And again, this would be a good, if we do ever integrate Alexandria, this would make for an excellent lumber specialization. So I think I'll just do that. Yeah, every 4 turns right now we're getting a culture event. Nuts! Love Mount Fuji between Belfast and Pittsburgh. Yeah, just like the real world, right? An AI must have gotten a chaos event to generate a bunch of barbarians. Didn't they? We're waiting for the kitchen in New York? Oh, in New York, yeah, we'd have to replace the salted meats. We already capped on food. Well, probably hold on. Okay. Are we aware of anyone being threatened? Well, first of all, these units can move out of Megara. Just come over here and get ready for some ass kicking. You're there, that's fine. Make sure you're not threatening this outpost, and what I can do is group you up over here and use you to go smash that thing soon. Minneapolis, okay, you survived the combat. Our towns now have enough... Oh, and you spawned a barbarian encampment there too. Jeez. Our towns now have enough passive defense that they're actually pretty tough. Like, if we look at Boise, yeah, it's got 2 City Militia 5s in it. That's very good. Tall Mountain! I'm going to spend the Exploration XP because we have a lot more of that. We're not really using it. Okay, we finished the printing press tech. And yeah, we can advance into the Age of Enlightenment. Is there any reason we want to stay in the Age of Discovery? Oh, we didn't do the water stuff. Did we see any? Maybe it's in the deep ocean. Maybe it's still going to be possible. Oh, we need open sailing. All right, you know what? Let's just pick up the let's pick up open sailing and see what opens up in the world. Let's not worry about progressing in age. I mean, the thing is, here's the thing. We know the next age has to be Age of Enlightenment. It doesn't matter if we research it or someone else does. In a sense, it's not a big deal. I don't know that we need cogs. We might just be able to ignore the cogs tech completely. Yeah, I guess I didn't check everywhere. Just sort of took it for granted that we'd be mostly okay. Oh man, so many improvement points. Yeah, okay, I'll go and kitchen New York up to start off with. But then I should look at the other towns. So here's one area I do have a complaint. Where are my salting huts? Or whatever they're called. Right, if we look over here, we can sort of see the salt house over here. Great. I kind of wish I could trash the buildings from here. You know what I mean? But if we turn on our yields and we squint, there's one right there, because you can see the salt. Oh, I'm just going to destroy you. Weirdly, letting AI research it might allow you to catapult ahead in that age to the next one. Yeah, well, the other interesting thing is if more people beat you to an age, you get more bonus XP from picking an idea that no one else has picked. Okay, there's another salt hut somewhere. Is it hiding behind? How come that icon's still there? Probably just hasn't refreshed. Right there, thank you. Now, actually, one of the interesting things we could do in Wilmington, because this is a farming specialized thing. If we could put down a sort of farming tile here, I don't know if the hunting camp would count. It might. I don't know that that's what I want to do. I wonder if cooking might somehow count. as farming related. It's food related. No. Would be nice, but no. So we still have some extra meat. The question is all the meat we're getting from tiles that are worthwhile? The answer is no. There's 2 scrublands here with just hunting camps. So 2 of our meat are coming from tiles that we really could build something else on. That might be fine and sufficient. We're not even working these tiles. See what I mean? So actually, we're not even working this one yet. I think these 2 scrubland hunting camps will go away later. Oh, that one's not even improved. This one is. We still have 2 meat to go. So just so that, although we probably will build a camp on here just because it would also give us bone. Although we don't have anything that upgrades bones right now, so I don't know how important that matters. Anyway, let's go and build it here. I'm going to build a second kitchen. Although New York doesn't need it. It's maxed out on meat. I guess New York mostly just needs some more housing. Let me do that. And now we'll build an actual house because we're already capped on our luxuries. There we go. 200% across the board. That seems like a fairly decent go at it. Now, let's hide some of these tooltips here. Springfield defended itself. You defend yourself there, which is good. Okay, there's some barbs over here. That should be fine. I guess with the army map mode, I guess I'd also have to zoom in. There we go. I was going to say we can see some little red dots. That one's accounted for. Lots of red dots over here. Nanjing probably has enough passive defense. Yeah, you're going to be fine. But do I have a big army sitting around anywhere? Oh, over here. I guess I may as well boop the guy I'm next to. This army of barbarians is going to go and clean up the... this army of raiders is going to clean up the barbarians. I could spawn some volunteers somewhere as a defensive measure, but I think we're okay. So I'm going to go and pop tenacity for another social fabric point over here. There you go. Lowering our upkeep cost. Hey, we got more money kicking around because we didn't have enough already. There's that over there, because we've got some units that can move around. No, we'll just park you in Nico. That's fine. Expedition. Nice. Much engineering XP. Belfast, how you doing? You mostly need some housing, my dude. And I think I already pre-built a little luxury, so I'm just going to build a regular house. You could also use a little bit extra food, which is going to happen by just upgrading these various farms. There we go. You could use another sanitation upgrade, although if you happen to be building waterworks, you're not. Let me rush this. We're going to start the waterworks. We'll leave it, get a bit of a discount. Thing in the northwest of Springfield burning. Oh, yes, you're right. This villa is on fire. Oh, so I didn't need more housing. Say, I'm really bad at spot. What I really like, I would like, and I'm gonna. I haven't actually sent a message to devs yet, and I really should. These green arrows, when you can upgrade an improvement, beautiful. What I need is another pop-up like that for things that can be repaired. I desperately need that. Because otherwise, I don't spot these things that are on fire, right? A little yellow, sort of maybe a recycling icon, or some, I don't know what. Some sort of icon just like this for things that are destroyed. That would be huge. And clearly, they already have the code for it. Right? They have something that is checking every tile for some sort of status and then activating an icon. So it would not represent a very difficult thing for them to do. So yeah, I do have to go and harass someone. I could do another conquistador, but I'm not going to. We could get another pioneer going. We get one over here just to get this gold. That wouldn't be sending much to New York, but again, we'd claim us some territory. I don't know. Where else should we do this? Do we just put a bunch of outposts here in the north? Hey, what happens if you put an outpost on a resource? I keep avoiding doing that. Should we find out for science? Oh yeah, our conquistador theoretically can do it. Wherever he is. Well, we'll get to use him next turn. Let's go and see what that is. Oh, you can't put it out on resources. Okay, so that answers that. Yeah, so you still plan engineering points. Oh! But only 60? Interesting. All right, let's move you up here towards some other thing. Oh yeah, you need movement too. Although you move fairly quickly, so it might work out nicely. Let's say I want my engineer to go check out the Amazon rainforest. And maybe that'll work out nicely. I don't know. All right. Money improvement points. This money's not much. We got it. Man, we have so many improvement points. I'm going to go and just ahead to start off with now, just blindly go and upgrade everything. Just in the interest of trying to cram a few more turns into the stream today. Some of those I might have decided not to upgrade because I'm like, you know what? I don't need this anymore because of whatever. I don't think we need to upgrade you to a keep right now. Although it replace the bloodstone walls. Womp womp. It would generate some warfare XP, but we can live without it for a bit. Court painter is probably a bunch of... Oh, it's unrest suppression and luxury. Grand theater is arts XP, throne room, diplomacy XP. Yeah, we need a lot more of that. Yeah, it's one fishing boat that's like our 89th fleet. Everyone wants to be my friend. I'm so cool and popular, you guys. Why don't you just rest out there for now, and we'll see what we can do with you later. That's been cleaned up, which is great. Go back to Megara. That's my conquistador. So, I think it's as long as you have at least 10 movement. We'll move up a bunch. Spawn this pioneer. And then... right here. Do double fish plus olives. And send it somewhere. Okay. Culture power. Unless I just bank it for after this innovation happens. And then do a cutting edge. I think I'm going to do that. Money for Essentia. Money for Essentia.
First time in forever I've been able to catch a stream. Started watching with your CK3 Castile playthrough. You've definitely made me buy a few games. Thanks for the years of good watches.
Thank you very much, Semage. Semage. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. I hope you're enjoying the stream today. And thank you everyone who's been coming out. These streams have been really good this week. Everyone always gets hyped for a new game. Part of me is like, should we have been on a harder difficulty? Although, what if we just failed outright, right? I want to make sure we could actually do the playthrough without dying. So if I move up to here, and then one more tile, did your cost go up? No, it's still static at 60. All right. Still don't know what to do with all of these pioneers, but it looks like we're going to spam the hell out of them. I'm going to send you over here, my friend. I might want to... Do I have an army nearby? I do. Just to make sure there's no barbarians ready to kill this dude. Speaking of, you're going to chill there. We still didn't get this. Is it going up in exploration? Is what going up in exploration? Sorry. Probably just a little delay between me reading that and whatever was going on. Alright, let's start looking into slot. Oh, capital attack. Let's start unlocking some import and export slots. I could have used an undo there to stop that movement, but we had enough movement to finish the attacks. That's fine. Money for Essentia. Money for Essentia.
I meant CK2. It's been a while.
Okay, I was going to say, yeah, Castile. Yes. You know, CK2 is still... It's hard to go back to because there are some UI niceties in CK3 that you just like miss when you're not there. But there's still some cool stuff that was different that's interesting. But, you know, I think CK3 I think CK3 was a legitimate giant step forward. But there's some stuff in 2 I miss. Some of the more, like, magic-y weird things in particular. Oh, is it going up in exploration? The Pioneer? No, the cost is static, and it's actually engineering points for the Pioneer. But yeah, it appears to be static. From the Conquistador, which is really good. So I'm going to spam a hell of a lot of them. Oh, we can upgrade this harbor. Oh yeah, man, I gotta spend my freaking improvement points. So just blindly, again, we only have, hold on, I just want to make sure, as quick as possible, are there any just plain old upgrades? Okay, we're done with all the plain old upgrades. Now I gotta think. Belfast could start doing a shit ton of mining. All these hills could be mined up. Actually, what I could do in Belfast, I don't know if we have access to a jeweler. We do. Now, jeweler takes 2 gold and turns into a bunch of money and some extra luxury. Since we already have 1 gold in Belfast, I could go and spawn, with exploration, a prospector, dig up another set of gold, build a gold mine on there, build a jeweler. The other thing we could do is, if there's anywhere else that happens to have gold, we could just do imports and exports with it. Yeah, someone else is saying the gold looks like sliced pie. And now I do see a nice crusty apple pie. I think I like this idea, though. I think we're going to go exploration, prospector, spawn it here. Take the prospector. It amazes me how many possible moves you've got every turn. Now, no one's working this tile right away. That's one thing with Belfast. Might not have the pop. I can also spend the exploration XP to just do a quick border expand somewhere. You know, grab that coal or forest or something. Yeah, so clearly we've got more tiles than population in Belfast. Although, wait, Belfast is working a bunch of grasslands. Oh, shit. Are you really? There's that much unimproved grasslands in Belfast to work? I mean, there's that. Oh, this hasn't been improved over here. Tobacco, that's not good for us. Yeah, I didn't realize these weren't upgraded. Wow, there's a lot of tobacco. Now, I could ignore those. Do we have a... Would it show us the production queue on here? Ah, it does. So I currently don't have anything that will process tobacco. We will get things for that. We can get cigar rollers and stuff. We could export those. Maybe, yeah. Or, since clearly Belfast needs some food, I could go and build a bunch of farms. Belfast also has coffee. Coffee and tobacco. Wow, this is a... this is a place that's going to sell a lot of vices to the world. First thing, it's quite clear we need to get our food up. We could always replace the improvements later. I think I am going to go and build some farms. So plowed farm over here, wheat for food, and then I'm going to want to convert some of that into better stuff. I'm going to want a mill to turn that wheat into flour. Now, right now, actually, the plowed farms are so good. The plowed farm tile is worth 6 food. The mill is also currently worth 6 food. So right now, it doesn't matter which of these 2 I build. Later on, the mill will be able to do more at a time. But if I'm going to build the mill, then I'm also going to want the oven to turn into bread. Which, this tile, this is actually worth 8 food, the oven, because I've built up the chain. Okay, so it's still better than having just build the farms. But that should help Belfast a fair bit, possibly bring up more workers for some of the more productive tiles. One of you is working in the house. Hold on. Okay, you weren't working this tile. There we go. Maybe I never built this. Maybe I was misinterpreting something. There we go. So let's say the gold should be worth more. Actually, technically working the house was giving more money. But now with 2 gold mines, we can put down a jeweler if I can find a spot for it. Oh, right over here. There you go. Belfast's going to be making some cash for us. Oh shit, we have tons of extra grain too, which I hadn't noticed. Oh, right, because we had these farms. Oh, those are not farms. Those are plantations. Oh, but they're giving us rice. That's right. They're not farms, but that's okay. Do I want to just pop an extra tile? I could very quickly. Although some of these tiles are really cheap in Belfast. Well, it's kind of far. Because it's the distance from the city center, I think, determines the cost. So it's going to take a long time to expand over here. It might be worth claiming this territory. Or we can just do imports and exports. Send the wheat somewhere else. Maybe I'll just wait for now. Oh, we got a free caravel from completing our open sailing. Excellent. All right, let's move towards enlightenment now. This can create a conquistador. Adjacent terrain is land navigatable. All right. Continue move. Continue move. Oh, right. You are to end up adjacent to the Amazon rainforest, my friend. Unless I was going to spam out some more pioneers, which I may yet. Are we all good here? No barbarian camp? Oh, right, but I'm sending someone this way, so I want to make sure there's no barbarians in that area. Right. Okay, you're good. You're going to stay here. No one's complaining about unrest. You're currently good, so I'll just park you in Old York. Culture power. It's been 16 seconds. Did this still not? Oh, man, we are accumulating so much extra culture. It's going to cost us 200. We're going to bank another 150. I guess I'll go ahead and spend it, because I was waiting to cutting edge, but all right. What we need is to alleviate the... We can get an extra city, an extra town capacity in our regions. There's a tech for it at some point, but we don't have that right now. Or, you're right, we could just take over another city, although I don't have enough government XP for that. Right? Umang is huge and growing quickly, so it feels like a pretty good candidate, but we're going to need 85 government XP for that. And we've been using it for other things. You know what? I feel like I kind of just want to go do a local reforms on New York. Discover that issue of previous failed run, 30 pops triggers education. Oh, that's a good point. Education needs will also just show up from like buildings. But yeah, I guess if the city gets built big enough, it also naturally needs it. At some point, you also get an ideology need too. Yeah, I still have tons of freaking improvement points. But our cities don't currently need it. So yeah, we do have to integrate another city. I need another thing to dump my improvement points on. 100%, you're right. We want to promote miracles? I think we can live without it. We can probably just save up for the community improvement here. There's a barbarian encampment over there. Right where I'm trying to send my my pioneer. Rude. Speaking of pioneer, let's pop one out over here. Oh, she eats all your moves, but fine. Plan on sending one up over here. Right. You just babysit. Yeah, just chill there. That's fine. All right. Hopefully the innovation pops next turn. Trade company. So this has both import and exports. Okay, we're going to get these going, and we're going to see what kind of optimization we can do with that. Rip Amazon rainforest. Quill needs wood. So realistic. We were having a Lost City. We were having a discussion on Discord about how, like, when you discover the cement factories, it sort of obsoletes like the wood industry and stuff. And I was like, feels kind of realistic, right? We don't build big buildings out of wood. We build them out of cement. All right, let's expedition. Game does feel like advancing through the edges of the building. Yeah, right? I would say more than Civ 6. Like, if you look at Civ 6 and the districts, like, yeah, you unlock new buildings to add to the districts, but it doesn't feel like the same transformative here. Here, the fact that you're going to redo all your improvements, you know, multiple times as these you get upgraded buildings, but also unlock new production chains, it's quite cool. We'll spend the exploration XP for maximum chance. You are going to boop the heck out of this thing. Government XP, yes, please. Okay, once again, we need to make a big decision. Do we spend on feudal monarchy? Now, we could go royal court, which would increase the government XP from vassals. Can we get a breakdown over here of where it's coming in from? Wait, right now, all of our government XP is coming from our regions. Like, from our own regions, not our vassals. I wonder if it's just the tooltip isn't quite clear, if it's maybe like based on the population. So right now, you know what, I'm going to take a little screeny shotty here so that I can remember these numbers. There it is. Sometimes when I use the snipping tool window doesn't pop up. So Windows Shift S is what I use to take a screenshot. You do Windows Shift S. I mean, sometimes I F12 because I'm in Steam, or, you know, sometimes I do Windows print screen if I want everything. But normally I'm just doing a screenshot of a little area. So Windows Shift S lets you do a little square screenshot, which is very handy. And normally it opens the snipping tool, but not always, and that's annoying. Then I have to go into my notifications to find it. An admin right issue? Anyway, no, not here. Here, if we do this and we hit that. Okay. So we went from 0 contribution from vassals to more than double. Well, I guess we're making 13. Well, it's at 12 per turn. They must be rounding stuff, right? Because you add up 9 plus 2 plus 1, that's... Oh, no, that's 12. Shut up. Shut up. I don't care. 12 per turn. Now we're making nearly 32 per turn. Huh. So, I wonder... Their domain... Is it... Well, okay. 6.5% of 7 population is not 1.2. So it's not 6.5% of the population. Is it 6.5% of their... Do they produce their own? Maybe they produce their own, and before now we weren't getting any. No, none of these buildings generate government XP. Exploration XP. That's influence. So I don't know what it's 6.5% of. And yeah, it's probably a prosperity multiplier. Oh, okay, that's an interesting question. If we were to divide this 1.2 by 3, so if we were baseline prosperity, we'd be 0.4. 7 times 6.5, I guess, percent is 0.4. Okay, we did it. We figured it out. So this, even though it's not clear, is giving us 6.25 government XP per population of our vassals. I mean, presumably, it could just be a coincidence. But it looks like this is giving us 6.25, or really 0.0625 government XP per population in our vassals. But it is getting multiplied by the prosperity. And in any case, holy crap, we've got 1 million government XP now, and now we're in a great spot. I should have prioritized, I should have rushed to Royal Court. I should have ignored everything. Well, you got to take this. But I should have ignored stewardship and peasantry, saved up for Royal Court, and then we'd be well ahead now. I guess we could check with another vassal and see the numbers. Ulundi. So, okay, we got 20 pops here. 20 times 6.5% is 1.3. So if the prosperity is 300%, I would think this would be 3.6. So that's not how it works. Oh well. So we don't know where the numbers are coming from, but the numbers are awesome. You just, yeah. Oh, I guess you can capital attack. That's cool. If we were to attack here, I'm assuming we'd be guaranteed a win, but why don't you just stay in the city? They'll attack, and then you'll have your static defenders happening at the same time, so it's going to be great. Yeah, I did do the times 3, because it's 1.3, and then if we do times 3, that'd be 3.6, but Lundy was giving us 2 point something. Our first wonder! It's finally happening! Our innovation event is giving us access to the Colossus. Yes. Yes, yeah. We definitely don't need the money. Our money's going crazy. That was 1 turn worth of money. Our income's going nuts. Second wonder? What was our first one? Machu Picchu! We built Machu Picchu in New York. That's right. Should we build the Colossus here too? Just for cuz? Limit 1 per nation. Generates culture, warfare XP, and 10 more production. I mean, New York's got pretty good production, which does make it the best place to maybe build the Colossus, but we're not in competition. The Colossus is exclusively ours, as far as I know. Maybe someone else can get the innovation event, but it says 1 per nation as well, so I don't think that's a problem. Like, should we just build it in Nico? It's got 35 production. So it's going to be enough production that it builds it relatively quick, but also benefits highly from it. Topeka's at the population limit. So what we need to do is level up these towns, is what we need to do. Unless we have a building available that might give us a region upgrade, but I don't think there is. You know, I'll get the waterworks because this. Yeah, it's not shrinking. It's just in red because we're at the limit. So we've got engineering XP to expand a town. So let's do it. I don't think there's brickworks. House, plantation. I mean, I don't think there's going to be much of an adjacency bonus to take advantage of here, but that's fine. Over here, we could focus on farming, I guess. We haven't even built the improvements. Chalco, congratulations. You're going to get a level up, my dude. Yeah. You haven't been leveled up. That's going to be fine. Oh, waterworks, let's say it's +1 level. Okay, well, still. Expand this. So, the coastal town would generate 1 extra wealth. Lumber town gives us nothing. Mining town gives us nothing. Farming town gives us 2 extra food. I'll go for the 2 extra food from this. So it works with pastures. Hang on. If we switch and then mouse over farming town. It says per adjacent farming. Oh, in the other text. So here it says farmland and pastures. I was just looking here for farming improvements. So, but hunting camps don't count as one of those, although... Yeah. Right, the deer, it's just hunting camp, which gives bone, which I don't even know if I care about that much. But I can't build a farm here, which is annoying. I guess we'll take the food. Pika needs it, well, especially now that I got rid of this hunting camp. Can we do better? Well, yeah, we can, because what first of all, we can go and plantation over here. I mean, it doesn't matter. Okay, that's interesting. So if we build a plow farm over here, it gives us 2 wheats. That's 6 food. If I build a large plantation, it gives us 4 food and 2 rice, each of which was 2 wealth. So it's 4 food, 8 wealth versus 6 food. And if I'm looking for food, that tells me a plowed farm is better. But the rice can be processed into flour the same way wheat can. Which means that really this wheat, let's say we process this into flour, and flour is worth, I don't remember how much food. 6 per? So this ends up being a tile that in the end, all told, will be generating 16 food. So yeah, with processing, rice is better than a plain farm, which makes sense because I would like to take advantage of a resource that makes sense. So that's going to be groovy. Topeka still needs food right now. I suspect what we want to do here is build a mill. Because yeah, we've got crap tons of grain to process. We should build a couple of them. 1, 2, and we're going to want ovens to start processing this, and then it might mostly be population cap. You're short on clay. Oh, you're probably just not working your clay mines? No. You have a brick ricks, but you only have 2 clay pits. That's right. I think we should get a clay pit. Topeka's never going to have great production because it doesn't have... Well, it's now got some hills over here, and it's got 1 forest, but it doesn't have that much production. So, yeah, I'm going to go and build the 3rd clay mine. So now it's got 3 clay mines and 2 brickworks. Yeah, so it's got its perfect ratio over here, which is going to be great. And yeah, 64 production now is looking real good. And yeah, you'll get an extra region level up, but that's okay. You also need... You know what? Pika, I'm sitting on $1 million. I'm just going to buy the waterworks right away to fix this shortage. Looks like we still probably need a garbage dump as well. But that's going to be okay. I don't know. Let's get these trade companies and see what we can do with them. Continue move. So over here, it's a little annoying. All over the place. I don't know how tough a conquistador is. I'm going to drop it here. Oh, 53 is not bad. Okay. Although there are more armies. Maybe I can just spawn a big stack of conquistadors. Oh, I can't attack in the amount of moves. Oh. I spotted something over there. Huh. Very happy I sent an escort out for a pioneer. Amazon Rainforest, Warfare or Exploration. Well, I think we have less value for Warfare XP right now, so we'll spend that because it's the same chance. And I guess start the Lost City. Sure. Plus 20% success chance. Yeah, we want this to go crazy. I guess we're going to want... One of the nice things, we can create a pioneer here, out in the middle of nowhere to take advantage of Lost City. And maybe some of the sea-based stuff at the same time. Now, I'm going to want to integrate a city soon, which is Government XP, but we are getting great Government XP at a great rate now. This is still an era we've been in. Yeah, that's not going to give us much at all. Oh, you've got... Okay, we got our innovation event, so I'm going to want a cutting edge now to get good value out of this. Okay, let me attack this guy. He's not attacking the city, weirdly enough. There we go. Usually the barbarians just go ham. Just face plant into the defenses, but that guy was apparently not wanting to die. I don't know why. It's crazy. So yeah, I'm going to spawn another conquistador over here. Just so I can have another defensive unit nearby. Oh, they might be able to work together on the excavation, I wonder. We do them one at a time? That's interesting. Okay, I do want to raise the success chance. I actually might not want to use this right away. Oh, we're Captain Arts. Yeah, I'm just going to do the community thing. Lowers unrest everywhere, which is great. As I said, I might not want to do this because what if we don't have the max XP? Or it'll only really be short in exploration. I think I will wait one turn, just in case we need 30 exploration XP for something. Of course, I spent it to get the extra conquistador, but I like the idea of keeping just the safety margin. Oh, same thing here. I better delay you. And we're going to put 2 of you to defend what is going to be an outpost, and you guys can go and sit in maybe Boise or something. That's going to be fine. The exciting city of Boise. Idaho or Ohio? Idaho, right? In Boise. Idaho. Spawn settler. Yeah, but... Is this enough to integrate? It is. This city is huge. Umang would benefit so much from us spamming a million tile improvements. I think we have to integrate Umang. Right? I think it's the only reasonable thing to do. And then we can rename it. I guess I could have renamed it any time. I'm going to name it Marduk. In chat. Who's saying Potato Land? I guess about it. Idaho. All right. Done. Now we have to make sure this fixed. Now, right now everything looks terrible. The reason is, by default, all the workers are idle. We can place them by hand, but as soon as I place an improvement, the AI will recalculate things. It definitely, I think it's going to need a lot more improved tiles because it's got a lot of population and actually not that much high quality stuff to work. But that's going to be okay. First of all, is any of it burned down? Probably some of the tiles, well, mostly I think it's the dwellings have like little campfires that go and don't make it clear to me. Okay. So far, so good. You've got one logging camp here. I think, first of all, Parduk is going to need to do the clay thing for production. So I'm going to build 2 more clay mines. 1, 2, and then we're going to need 2 brickworks. I'm going to get rid of this hunting camp. And we're going to build another brick house. Okay, so it's got its 3-to-2 ratio for massive production bonuses. Now, we're going to have to fix a few other things here. You desperately need some sanitation. So let's go to work on that. Trash heap. And I'm trying to keep the green territory open. Yeah, I don't really care for these hunting camps. Maybe we get an upgraded hunting camp later on, but first, right now, a second trash heap. Okay, just to get that out of the red. You desperately need some housing as well. So let's do that. And we'll build actual houses right now. You do have the need for luxury, but we need so much housing right now that I'm going to go for the houses. Because they give us a little bit more. And actually, I can't afford this villa. I can exactly afford this house after the refund there. Okay. So you do have a need for religion that's not being met. Partially because you don't have an outpost full of monasteries feeding extra religion to you. So we'll have to look into that. Now, Parduk, you're also going to get a waterworks queued up here. And yeah, screw it. I'm going to buy it immediately. Now, that's also going to lift the population limit and bring it to 30, which might have its own trixinesses about it, but that's going to have to be okay. We'll get a holy site started so you can give yourself a little bit of religious need internally. But yeah, it might have to be some terrain improvements that do some things. If we take a look at religion. So it can be improved with religious texts, the holy site, the large pizza parlor. Do you already have a large pizza parlor? It wasn't in the list. Large pizza parlor exists. I guess that's why you have any faith contribution at all. Okay. But your needs are at 132% right now. You're happy. You'll grow. Recently integrated does give you a negative unrest, which is good because you might all of a sudden have some issues. So right now we're completely good. Big part of it is our social fabric. We don't actually have to have anti-rebellion units in our capitals, which is kind of awesome. Holy site is just a small pizza parlor then. I think the small pizza parlor, or the regular pizza parlor, is the replacement for our temple. Because there is... I don't know the billing list? I thought I'd seen it somewhere. Because some places had it. I think it went temple into, like, large temple. Oh, below Skull Tower. Wait, what? In here? Oh, just regular temple. Yeah, there you go, pizza parlor. That's why. You click on temple, so this is pizza parlor. And then large temple is large pizza parlor. It's a little weird that it calls it large temple here and not there. But on the other hand, it's probably good that the generic building is known by its generic name over here. But there you are. There's no calzone heresy. Now I gotta watch Parks and Rec again. Yeah, there's never any reason not to rush the culture. Although every time I'm like, what do I want to do with it? We could go a second tick of cutting edge, but it's sort of diminishing returns because you lose so much of it every time it caps out. We're not going to Eureka yet. I could just start putting points in the social doctrine, which is an idea. Because, yeah, we don't even need a town in Parduk because it's already got 2. I think we probably want to slap down a bunch of local reforms, in which case, let's start doing that in New York, because it is our most productive city. I wonder if you can stack local reforms. Because we're going to get another culture thing in 3 turns. Actually, probably 2 turns, because we're going to spend money on it. Oh, I can use diplomacy XP. Perfect. To hire a translator? Excellent, because we have an excess of that. Let's hit this button again. And, right, if I had deference, we'd get infinite innovation. That's true. My very first time failing an expedition. My first time. We rolled a 94. We needed a 90 or below. Had to happen eventually. So can we not do it again here? Is it just, it's just toast? Wow. Yeah, we got XCOM'd. We did everything we could to boost the numbers. I can put you back out to sea. If I may here. I'm just going to move the ship first. Let's go and boot this guy. Yeah, and we lost the unit. Now, I'm not as bothered by that. Oh, you have no movement. That's weird. I did the expedition, but... Oh, I guess I did it both, right. This guy successfully advanced things, and the other one died. Construct outpost. And so this, you're probably linked to Parduk because it's so close. Yeah. Okay, so we can do trading posts at sea. So Parduk really is not going to have much of a food problem because we're going to send it all this stuff without it having to use any workers. Okay, these are insanely powerful. Let me put a reminder for trading post. Let me wait a turn because you might get an event that we don't have enough XP for, and that would be annoying. Oh, what I should do with this Conquistador next turn, though, well, I need more Exploration XP for it. What's our Exploration XP? 11 per turn. Not great, because I'd like to spend 60 on another Pioneer and maybe put up another hillside monastery somewhere, maybe over here, for Parduk. Man, New York is 231 production. Yeah, this is crazy doing this. Build a couple of marquee type buildings. Oh, the shipyard south of you. Oh yeah, you can look for that now. Are you ready for a new age? The Age of Enlightenment. Completing your first public library building in the Age of Enlightenment provides bonus specialists. Secularism grows, preventing the founding of new religions and slowly converts religious populations to be non-religious. From now on, 4 technologies will be needed to research to advance to the next age instead of 3, and new national spirits are unlocked. So education becomes a regional lead. We've got a specialist mechanic now, and national spirit slot unlocked. And and what I want to do is look, what are the next ages? So again, we just finished a standard age, or no, sorry, we just entered a standard age, which means now we will once again get the option of mucking about with alternate ages. So there is, I don't know what the terms, this is the age, this is our crisis age. So if ignorance gets too high, probably from unsatisfied education, we would enter an age of ignorance. If we build 5 recon engineer balloons, we get to enter the age of aether. Sounds fun. Or again, for the second time, we get the option of just winning the game with the Age of Harmony, because global population following religion has to be at least 30%. It's about half. So again, we have the option of winning if we want. I wonder, so we didn't win last time. We had the option. It might be worthwhile just so that we could restart on a higher difficulty and try some different things. On the other hand, if we do that, it means not progressing into the end games. I kind of want to do Age of Aether because it's cool. So one of these must give us the recon balloon. Is it from... It's not you. Is it from the previous age? Well, you would think it would be here. Hang on. Recon engineer. Do we just have the ability to build it? Oh, we just have the ability to build it. There we go. Cool. So as long as we build 5 of these, we can put 1 in each one of our cities, which gives us good vision too and just feels good. You always use the opened icon view in the research screen. Wait, are you saying, so from here with the balloon engineer, can I click on that? So we can research whatever we want here. We can go back and backfill a few things. Right, there's the I button here. Oh, that's what you mean, so that you don't have to mouse over. Okay, smart. Yeah, I thought you were talking about the balloon engineers. Yeah, you're right. I should really use this to just keep everything visible all the time. Increase army size from standing army. I think we can still... We never finished professional army here, so right now we're still on army size 4. We can very rapidly go up to army size 6 if we want, although so far we're okay. Right, this gives us a free settler. The colony improvement could be built for wealth and trade goods, which gives culture. Oh, we might want to go to foundry. We've got a few mining sites. Actually, in this area here normally is steel. There's a tech called steel, but not in the Age of Discovery. Did we still get that from what we were researching? I might be wrong. Outpost is a, outpost specialization. There it is. Semi-autonomous community under the rule of greater nature. Actually, this might be good. We have a bunch of non-specialized outposts. We could turn into castles, but we didn't have the engineering XP. I don't know if this is still engineering XP or if it might be diplomacy or something. There could be that. Mercantilism, arsenal, we're not going to look to build that. The foundry is very tempting. Create a merchant, we can sort of kind of live without. More influence for pushing on our borders. The central bank, which consumes education. Oh, maybe reason. Academy of Sciences, that's mostly specialists, which is useful. The university, which has a need for education. Where do we get the public school unlocked? Or do we already have that? Maybe it's under society? Public library, we're going to want to build that. Is a public school something we get from this age? Oh, it is. It's just unlocked. Okay. Because I was going to say, you build buildings that have a need for education, and the education is provided by public schools. The public schools give you, well, there's a couple other buildings that give you education, but most of them consume it. So building a public school gives you flat out 3 education, and if it's work, it gives an extra 5 for a total of 8. So it can satisfy potentially a lot. Do you know what happens if you build the 5 balloons, but someone else hits the ignorance level? So it comes down to whoever researches the next age first, that's what determines the age that happens. So if someone else maxes out their ignorance charges, the only age they could go into would be the age of ignorance. But if I'm the one who advances into the age of Aether, it locks the age of Aether for everyone. That and it is, yeah, it is global. But yeah, everyone should have their own counter. What we're gonna do is we're gonna put in kind of here because it is the end of the stream. But before I do, next stream is obviously, and I think it's gonna be tomorrow. We're gonna play this. Okay, so tomorrow there's gonna be another bonus stream, 2 p.m. Eastern time, same as today. We'll set up the next stream command and everything like that in a moment. But the question will be for tomorrow is, are we going to pursue the Age of Aether and then go into the late game and see what all the options are? Or are we going to pursue the Age of Harmony and end the game so that we can start a new session? So I'm going to run a poll here right now. It's not necessarily going to be binding because we might have more discussions about it on Discord. I might poke around and look at options and see. But what should we aim for tomorrow? Question mark. Age of Aether into late game. Or Age of Harmony Okay, we have 1 minute. Start poll. Go. There you go. So you should be able to vote. And we'll probably have a discussion about it on the Discord. If you are a Twitch subscriber, you can join the Discord. So we'll probably have discussions about it and see how people are dealing. Because there might be a lot of value in fully experiencing the end game before we restart and go on a higher difficulty, so we know what to expect and what to work around and these types of things. Right? On the other hand, it might be cool to just win with this age, and there's probably an achievement for it. I don't know. Game must have achievements, right? Yeah, it's got some achievements. So I'm betting there's achievement for winning with these different ages. And so, both sides have a thing. Okay, it's a pretty overwhelming vote. About 2-to-1 ratio. People want to go Age of Aether into the late game. Okay. And I think there's a lot of value in that. Now, seeing everything that's there, learning some of the mechanics before we actually have to use them to try to survive in a very, very difficult setting. So we'll do that. All right, cool. The other thing I can do, right, is we have these saves. We could always revert back to these saves and then try the Age of Harmony win afterwards or something like that. These are all possibilities. So yeah, we're currently on turn 149. This is the year 1440 AD. Hey, we can start playing EU4 right now. I think our tech might be a little advanced for EU4. I think we're doing pretty well game-wise. Anyway, we're gonna wrap it up here. Our next live stream will be tomorrow. Let me just double check. There we go. Thank you, Essential, for already setting the next stream. We'll be streaming it tomorrow and I think Saturday as well. So, See you soon, folks. Bye-bye.